Hey guys, how's it going? KSMPro Dragons here, bringing you the 5-fist combo tutorial that I said I would bring. So it's not the kind of standard 5-fist combo that you're gonna see. There are some elements that you've probably seen before, but it just ends on a board that I feel a lot more comfortable with, which you will see in this video. So the cards you need is either a Tenki or a Tensu. As you play 3 copies of each, it's very probable that you'll have this in your hand. The Reborn Tengu, which you also play 3 copies of, and the Red Resonator, which I played 2 copies of, but I might bump it to 3 to make this a lot more consistent. So what we're going to do first is we're going to activate the 5 formation Tenki, and that's going to add the elephant to our hand. Then we will normal summon the Red Resonator, which then brings out the Reborn Tengu. Now from here, we'll Synchro Summon into our Horse Prince. And then what we will do is we really want Horse Prince to go off here. So Reborn Tengu will be Chain Link 2. And then Horse Prince will be Chain Link 1. So first we get that Reborn Tengu out. Into here. And then with Horse Prince, you always kind of want to bring out Rooster. Now, because Rooster was summoned by a 5-fist monster, you can add a 5-fist monster to your hand, but you can't summon at the moment level 5 or higher because of Horse Prince's restriction. So we're going to add the dragon to our hand instead. Cool. From there, we're going to use the Reborn Tengu and the Horse Prince to go into a link summon of 5-fist Eagle. So Reborn Tengu effect to get the last one out of your deck. It's not a once per turn, so you can literally go through all 3 in one go, which is super useful. And now we're going to activate Rooster's effect without having to pay cost, because now we've got Eagle on field to set a 5 formation spell. So we're going to set the Tensu. Now we're going to activate the Tensu, gain the extra normal summon, then use Eagle to bounce to Foolish Burial. So what we're actually going to send to the graveyard is the 5-fist bear. So now with our additional normal summon, we will normal summon our elephant. Effect to summon out the dragon. Don't have to pay cost because once again you've got Eagle on field. Now we'll activate the actually no, we will pay the cost, sorry. We will pay the cost by sending Tenki to summon out the dragon. We'll activate Tensu to trigger off dragon, so we can set the Sinto, which is the spell or trap negate. Now we're going to use Elephant's other effect to shuffle in a 5 formation spell from the graveyard to add ourselves a Panda. Now this is more for your follow-up play next turn, because you can't summon out Panda this turn because you've used Horse Prince. Okay, now from here, we'll use Dragon's effect to bring out the bear from the graveyard. And now this is your field. So you've swarmed this field like crazy. So we're going to overlay the dragon and the elephant to make the Tiger King. Tiger King's effect can set a spell or 5 formation spell or trap. So you have a choice. You can so in my deck profile, I play a Tensu as well, so that you can set, which is another trap. But one of the more useful ones is Dome. So we're going to set the Dome. And the reason for that is because when you send Dome either as cost or it gets destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can then special summon a 5-fist monster from the graveyard. So it just tends to be quite useful. And obviously you want to get to Eland when you can. So you can't bring out Eland this turn, but it's very good for a follow-up. Now we're going to use Bear's effect to pop the Tiger King, which will then bring out 2 dragons. So 1 and 2. So now, to clear some board space, we're going to use the Rooster and our final Reborn Tengu to go into a link summon of IP Masquerader. Yeah. Then we'll use our first Dragon's Effect to Monster Reborn. And we're going to reborn. You could go Rooster here and then set again, but you kind of want to stick to rank 4s now. So we're just going to reborn an Elephant for now. We'll just put that in defense mode. So we've used that bear, so we've used this dragon. So we're going to now use 1, 2, 3 to go into a link summon of a 3 negate Appaloosa. So now you've got a 3 negate Appaloosa on board. You've got your Firefist Eagle, you've got your Tensu, you've got Sinto set as well, and you've got 2 rank 4s. You've also got a dragon left to use its ability again. And in your hand, if you have an extender, you can definitely go like further with what you've got. But just to kind of finish off this particular combo, we'll overlay these 2 to go into a Dweller. And that is the combo. So off those 3 cards, you've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards on the field. You've set up your graveyard as well. You've got an Appaloosa that can't be destroyed by card effects. And you've got a Dweller to shut off their graveyard. And you've got a Spell of Trap negate. So you've got 3 monster negates. You can shut off their graveyard, and you've got a Spell of Trap negate as well. And if you think about the most current meta, all the top decks need their graveyard. So Dweller is really key at the moment. And then monster effects are a big problem. So, you know, Appaloosa is really good. And then just to avoid Dark Ruler no more, you've got the Sinto as well. So what we'll do is we'll just flip those so you can just see what they're set. So this isn't obviously the most meta deck, and it's not going to beat every single board. But this does give you enough on a turn 1 board to then play in your next turn. Because then in your opponent's turn, if you use your Sinto, you could then bring back your Panda, summon out your Rooster, and that will allow you to add Elan to your hand. So if we sort of play through that, so you've activated your Sinto to negate a Spell or Trap, which brings you Panda. Panda would then special summon from the graveyard, and you'd bring back your Rooster. Because Rooster's been summoned by a Firefist monster, you get to add to your hand. So you will add the Eland. And then because you've got the Dome set already, you're already ready to Ritual Summon it next turn. So it gives you quite a lot. What I really like about this deck is it does have very good recursion if you've got the right cards, and you can pop off really easily. So very good deck, very good fun deck. And I just hope you enjoy the combo. So that's it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me down in the comment sections what you liked. And see you next time.